Forrest, obviously, you've been thinking about these questions of existential risk in general and AI related X risk for, I'm pretty sure, longer than I've been alive. I'm grateful for the opportunity to talk to you about it. What's up with AGI X risk?
If you sort of look at where humanity is and what kinds of things are up for us, we can look at a long past and say humanity has gotten really good at living with change in the state of nature and flow. And then over the last 500 to 5,000 years or so, that we've become very adept at working with causation. That now the calling is for us to become skillful in the ways of working with choice, both individually and collectively. And the main risk associated with artificial intelligence is that essentially it becomes a way of displacing choice. For those people who believe that humanity is not a proper vehicle for making wise choices, that perhaps we should rely on machinery to do it for us. And the whole philosophy of modernism basically suggests that progress would be becoming more system and less natural. I'm alluding to all sorts of things in philosophy. I'm gliding over huge topics that would normally be really wanting to be spelled out in some detail. But the overall orientation is there is a belief that the process of making good choices with the level of wisdom and response needed is effectively going to be moved onto machinery doing it for us. At first, this seems like a great thing, but as you look into it closer, you begin to recognize that the basis of choice on which machinery, and in a sense, artificial intelligence would be operating, isn't actually going to be aligned with human well-being and certainly not aligned with the natural ecology of the world. In one sense, we can say, okay, this looks a little bit like an ecological problem. But on the other hand, once you start looking at the dynamics of agency in the general sense and the degree to which the artificial substrate would effectively compel shifts in the basis of choice, which compel changes in the outcome, that over the long term, this results in conditions which are fundamentally antithetic to literally any ecology at all, including the well-being of human beings. The idea that you could upload human consciousness into machinery or things like that turns out to be not at all supportable for a variety of reasons. Having looked at the underlying substrate convergence argument and studied that quite a bit, I've become convinced that there is yet another reason for why we need to be very concerned about the nature of general artificial intelligence development.